anything can happen in this last semifinal of the evening. The only thing we do know is that the winner of this match will be playing Rodrigo Montoya in the finals tomorrow at 12 p.m.
Yeah, this is a great matchup here between two awesome racquetball players. Cardona coming out with a ace serve to the forehand side to start this off.
Yeah, no, if we thought we saw some tough serving from Rodrigo Montoya, it's going to be even tougher now with Alex Cardona.
Yep. Predictions. Let's see here. I am going to go tiebreaker. And as much as, yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that.
Oh, that was a pretty
like
half-hearted prediction, Nick Irvine.
I realized I have a lot of people listening to me out there, so I wouldn't want to put my foot in my mouth. So I think it's going to go breaker.
I think we're in for a really great generic match.
Nah, I think it's going to be an awesome match. Cardona, obviously power. Bobby Horn with quickness and speed. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah, I think the big difference is going to be like their mental focus. Who can stay focused? I know Bobby has a tendency to kind of rattle some players when he really starts to pick up his game, and so it'll be interesting to see how Cardona deals with that. And I think it'll come down to also then Bobby keeping his own mental focus against Cardona, who is a very
focused and
straight-laced, focused player. It's hard to get under his skin.
Yeah, I think the difference right now is what Bobby Horn showed up tonight. You know, is it the focused, ready to play, smooth strokes, keeping himself calm during bad calls, that sort of stuff? Or is he going to be the boisterous, all out there, all over the place guy tonight? So we'll see. Nice between the legs.
Jumping between the legs.
Backhand. Backhand rip.
Alex Cardona opening up game one with 4 straight points in a row. Score. I know it's tough to go out of sequence when they're 4 straight, but they were also in a row. Getting a little punchy at 6:30 p.m. as we start off our second quarterfinal.
5 straight points in a row from Cardona.
What do you think Bobby needs to do differently, Nick, since it has been a kind of quick 5 points here?
Yeah, well, number one is getting Cardona out of the box no matter how he's got to do that. Obviously not allowing Cardona to serve him off the court with a bunch of aces. Bobby's key is going to be his serve selection. What is he going to use against Cardona tonight? So Bobby's serves are going to be the key. If he gets a chance to get in the box. Yeah, he's going to
have to get into that service box first. 6-0 now for Alex Cardona. We're talking to some of the fans and didn't really think about it, but for those of you that are listening to the streaming, if you're driving or something like that, it is important for us to be calling out that score for you. Bobby Horn calling a timeout, which means we're going to take a quick commercial break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more from the World Racquetball Tour. Well, Bobby Horn was out there with the referee, Gerardo Franco, and Alex Cardona, talking a little bit about that last call. Bobby saying he thought that the serve was short.
Bobby felt that the second serve was short, or the serve was short, and so he was trying to rally everybody to see if everybody was in agreement to replay the second serve. It didn't happen. And Cardona back in the box.
6-0. Bobby Horn has not had an opportunity to serve yet.
Oh, great serve. And broken strings off of Cardona's racket, and that will maybe change the momentum here. Who knows? Sometimes a feel of a certain racket that you have just feels better than the other one. They might be the exact same types of racket. Just one feels better, the way it was strung or whatever the case may be. So We'll see if these broken strings play a factor here. I don't think they will. Cardona's such a well-rounded player.
Both David Bobby Horn and Alex Cardona play with the Gearbox rackets. Those are available at gearboxsports.com. And they're also using the official ball of the WRT, which is the Gearbox Black Ball.
So I'm unbiased in rackets nowadays, and I had the opportunity to hit the Gearbox racket, and it is awesome. I mean, it's a solid stick.
Yeah, Gearbox has done a lot with the racket technology. And they're not only just in rackets, they have paddles, they have, I don't know what else you use, but you use a pickleball paddle,
yeah.
right? That's different than a paddleball paddle.
Pickleball.
So look for a lot more coming out of Gearbox.
Squash,
Unofficially,
yep,
they have a squash racket, that's right.
Great serve. Good dig by Bobby. Cardona just ripping away. Oh, what a great rally. That was fun. Bobby swinging from the knees. Cardona ripping balls. This is good racquetball, folks.
It's 0-6.
Yeah, Bobby missed that backhand down the line. When he was running back, he had Cardona pinned on the right side of the court. He should have just went down the line on the left side. Instead, he pinched it and allowed Cardona to get right back into that rally.
But Bobby Horn gets the point there. Side out. Now, interesting to note, Bobby Horn sticking with wearing the hat in the semifinals. We saw he's carrying over a little bit of that outdoor look back into the indoor. We were talking about that in his quarterfinal earlier today.
I don't think he likes his haircut is what he said.
Really? Just out of Horn's reach. Now, you know, this is really interesting because I've watched, obviously, Bobby Horn and Alex Cardona a lot. They are two of my favorite players to watch on the tour. The one thing that Bobby is very consistent with is coming back from behind. I mean, he'll dig himself into a hole, and then he'll just get into a groove and fire away. So it'll be really interesting to see what he does in this match.
Yeah, I can definitely see that with Bobby's game style sometimes. Issue being is sometimes it's a little too late. Catches fire late in the game, and
he's crazy though. I've seen him come back from 114 to win 15-14. He's a beast.
Good serve. Nice pass down the line there from Cardona. Gets him into the box. 7 serving 2 in game number 1. This is the last semifinal of the evening. We just watched Rodrigo Montoya with a win over Jose Diaz in 2 straight. Nice rip down the line there by Bobby. Fighting to stay alive.
1 point at a time. It's now 3 serving 7.
Quick hands. Oh, nice read there by Cardona. Both of these players have a lot of misdirection in their shots, meaning that it looks like the way that they're swinging, where they're making contact with the ball, that they're going to go one way, and all of a sudden they make this little slight wrist adjustment, and the ball's going the opposite direction of where you think they're going, and Just goes to show that you really can't get a good read on these guys sometimes. Flick of the wrist, last second, makes a big difference.
Bobby pumping himself up out there.
And that last rally was a great example of, doesn't matter how big you are, you can still push people out of the way by utilizing your body and taking your room to swing.
Are you saying that because Alex Cardona is so short or because Bobby's so slender? Who are we talking about?
Because Bobby's so slender.
Just checking.
They're both, you know,
Definitely
Bobby
fit.
might be lean, but he's strong. Cardona's just solid. And
he is, but Horn always jokes about how the calories just burn right through him. He
Yep.
can't seem to eat enough.
Yeah, I wish I had that problem.
Yeah, a lot of people do.
Oh. Nice shot there by Cardona.
It's going to make it 8 for Alex Cardona.
Oh, what a serve. The pace on that serve. Wow.
He's got that fast drive serve.
I think Montoya serves the ball harder.
We could find out. That's a possibility for our final. But anything can happen. The player who wins this match will face Rodrigo Montoya tomorrow in the finals at 12 p.m. Pacific time. And of course, right after the singles final, we also tagged on the doubles final, which is new for 2016. We're live streaming that as well.
Bobby inching his way back into this.
4 serving 9.
Oh, nice Nick lob. Cardona right there to get that. There'll be a replay. Oh, and a sweet backhand there by Cardona. Definitely a replay. I think that's the right call. Cardona was trying to move forward on that. Bobby was kind of screened him out of where the ball was going to end up, and good call by the referee. Bobby with some nice hands on that shot. Five nine. Now 5-9, excuse me.
Okay,
now
5-9 now.
Skip ball. Ooh.
Ooh, sounds like the crowd upstairs saw a skip as well.
Yeah, that skipped about halfway to the front wall, but
No protesting from the front rows
from either
here.
player. And
Or
from the player in
players.
front, Bobby, it's kind of hard to see because the skip happened behind him. So I can understand why he didn't see it.
Point for Cardona, who now enters double digits, 10 serving 5.
Okay, Laura, your favorite pair of socks on the WRT. Who has the best sock collection?
Who wears the best socks? Well, you know, Jake Bredenbeck usually has some pretty interesting socks. He always has some bright ones on, varying from tie-dye to pink to Team USA. Bobby's got to come in second with the best socks. I think those are the only two
Those
showmen.
are my exact
yeah.
rankings.
The Americans like their flashy socks.
We like our socks. I've got mine on, even though I've got pants on. We like our comfy Nike socks.
Well, one of those pairs of socks just walked right off the court. I think he's switching out a racket, or did he call a timeout? Either way, we're going to keep it right here. Looks like Bobby Horn did call a timeout, so we can talk a little bit about the upcoming events with the WRT next weekend.
Yeah, you guys are going to Utah.
We have a big trip.
Beautiful Utah. What part, and do you know what club or any of that? Odom or?
It'll be at the Sports Mall.
Okay,
in
awesome.
Murray, Utah.
Awesome. Well, Utah's got, like I said, a plethora of racquetball players around the Salt Lake area, a bunch of colleges. I've done a state map, and when I've mapped out Utah, what was really unique about it is all around Salt Lake, all up and down that area, I mean, there's a bunch of clubs. So within probably a 20-mile radius, there's probably 15 or 20 clubs. So I think that's going to be a great event for you guys. And then after that, you guys go to?
We go to San Antonio, Texas to wrap up 2016 with the Alamo City Open.
Oh,
That'll
another
be,
great event.
Yeah, the first weekend of December. This will be our third time in San Antonio. Another great racquetball community, always very welcoming. We get a nice crowd out there. And this year we're pairing the event with the senior state singles.
Oh, very cool.
So yeah,
great idea.
It'll be a really fun event. We also do the fan awards. So we have WRT awards, which are awarded to the players, and there's a couple that we have the fans vote on, like their favorite player, the most improved player.
So how does somebody vote on that?
We'll be putting out a survey on social media.
Okay,
We'll also have it on our website. So follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at World Arball Tour. And you'll be up to the latest and greatest with the WRT, including announcements like some of our events we already have scheduled for 2017, including the Longhorn Open in Austin, Texas.
Yes, that sold out in 6 days.
Biggest event in Austin.
350 people in 6 days. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. And then we'll be having the West Coast Championships January 27th to the 29th back up here in NorCal in Concord.
Yeah, it's going to be a great event. Can't wait for that one.
That's going to be a big event, so start making your plans to make your way to the Bay Area.
Okay, the most important question, Laura. How do you like that Texas barbecue?
You know, I don't know if I can go to Texas after I say this, but I'm not a huge fan of barbecue.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, and I don't like the sauce. I like barbecued food on a grill. We could do that.
You just don't like extra sauce on it.
I don't
Okay,
like
that makes
sauce.
sense.
All right. So I can still go to Texas.
Absolutely. You
okay.
Just, you want the dry ribs.
Noted. Noted. I can't lie. I'm a terrible liar. I can't say I like Texas barbecue. It's not going to happen.
I do.
If
I'm
they
a
have good
thorough fan of
tacos,
it.
though, I'll go for the tacos.
Oh, good dig. Oh,
Wow.
wow.
Bobby Horn moving all over the court. Between these two guys, we do have two of the most conditioned players.
Yeah, they're both in
Definitely.
shape. That's for sure. Jealous. Short serve. Oh, wow.
Ooh.
An overhead from 38 feet. What a shot.
Had a little grunt in there too as he swung at it.
Yeah, you don't hear a lot of grunting from Cardona usually, huh?
He's giving it a lot of oomph in the semifinal tonight.
I gotta say, I just love Cardona's demeanor. He is in his own world. He's very quiet. Doesn't let anything get to him. It's impressive to watch.
Yeah, he's very focused. He doesn't get rattled, doesn't show much emotion at all. Score is 13-6. Second serve.
Oh, big skip from Cardona.
You know, Bobby Horn is 27 years old from Stockton, California.
Bobby hasn't actually been playing racquetball that long. He started probably when he was 16, I think, 15 or 16.
Yeah, he has such an interesting story. He's spoken to me about it in several interviews, and part of it is he used to play basketball, and he played a lot of sports in school. And down at the In Shape in Stockton, he would wait for the basketball courts to reopen. They had a Zumba class there, so he would take a break, come off the courts, and instead of going home and doing nothing, he would just hang out at the club and wait for something to happen. One day, Jose Diaz invited him onto the court to hit around a racquetball, and since then, Bobby just fell in love with racquetball, and he was really welcomed into the Stockton racquetball family. That's something that he really appreciates. He talks about what it's like to hang out with the Rojas brothers and get to travel around and go to tournaments. And it was something that took Bobby out of Stockton, and now he's traveled all over. He lived here in Livermore. He was the pro at the club sport right here in Pleasanton.
Yeah, Bobby has a good experience with the sport, and I remember him when he first started playing, and we all knew Bobby had talent. I mean, his footwork was unbelievable. He was fast, and it was just a matter of could he learn the game of racquetball, and obviously here we go, 10, 11 years later, he's playing the WRT.
Well, that's going to wrap up game one. Cardona winning 15-6. Let's see if Horn can turn things around in game two. We'll be right back with more of the World Racquetball Tour.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to the 2016 WRT Pleasanton Open. Nick Irvine and Laura McCormick here, bringing you the semifinal action with David Bobby Horn and Alex Cardona. Cardona is up 1-0 as we're about to start game number 2.
And of course, anything can happen. Bobby Horn is known for digging himself out of a hole, and this is a brand new game, so let's see what happens when these two step back out on the court.
So right before the break, Laura, we were talking a little bit about Bobby, his history in the sport. I really don't know a lot about Cardona. Do you know a little bit about his history?
Lucky for you, Nick, I do. I've been now with the WRT for about 2.5 years. I've gotten to know some of these players' stories pretty well, and Alex Cardona is very interesting because he's actually part of the inspiration behind the World Racquetball Tour. Oh. He was a very medaled junior world champion. I mean, he had national titles, world champion titles, like 17 between juniors and singles. But after that, he really struggled to break into the professional field, and so he was off for about 2 years. And Pablo Farge, who is the founder and creator of the WRT, kind of used Alex Cardona as one of his inspirations and said, hey, if I get something started, would you be interested in coming out and playing professionally? And so I think that's why we've seen a lot of change from Alex Cardona in the last couple years as well, because he was off for 2 years, he came back and started playing, and in those 2 years he was off, he was really focused on being a bodybuilder. So he's changed his routines, he's changed his training And he's #1 on the WRT. He's now a little bit untouchable for the rest of the year and in a really good position to end up as a year-end champion. It's about 3,700 points ahead of anyone close to him, which would be Jake Bredenbeck and Andre Padilla.
Wow. Yeah, good story. You know, I've heard a little bit about Cardona. You know, it is tough when you're a younger male or female trying to play the men's or women's tour. You know, you're in college or just got out of school and trying to make a living to support yourself. Adding the extra expense of traveling and playing the Pro Tour is tough. And so, you know, the WRT and reaching your dreams and the things that they've done has really hit home for a lot of players on how can we help the sport and how can we help players like this. So really great to see.
It has, and just 2 more notes about the 2 players out on the court. David Bobby Horn recently just graduated from California State University, Hayward, with his bachelor's in education.
Woohoo!
Then he and his girlfriend, who is a professional player who's ranked #8 right now in the world on the LPRT, Carla Munoz, she got a scholarship to go out to University of Colorado and play racquetball there. So they are now living in Colorado and working on racquetball out there in Colorado.
Awesome.
So a nice opportunity for them. And Alex Cardona has taken a lot of his winnings from the WRT and now invested it in a business at home in Juarez, Mexico.
Oh, really? Awesome.
He has. Family business.
That's nice to hear, actually. That's a really good story.
It
right
is.
there.
It's a great story. It's nice to see opportunities, like you were saying, created for these players through the support of the sponsors, the Reaching Your Dream Foundation, the World Racquetball Tour, and people who believe in these players.
Yep. And then to take some of that and go back and help your family or help people in your hometown, it's a true champion.
It's a tremendous thing.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Well, Bobby Horn starting out with the lead in this match, in this game so far.
Go figure. Rojas always trying to get in the camera shot.
Our little junior guy out there.
Little Rojas trying to get right in the middle of everything. Cardona from the middle of the court. Tight start to game #2 here. Oh, that's just smooth.
Ties it up now at 3-3.
Oh, stuck his racket out there and it made it to the front. 3-3. Cardona with another good serve. 4-3 now.
No, don't worry about it.
Shot. And Laura, if somebody wanted to go check out the singles or doubles draw, is that on the WRT website?
It's actually in a short link. I'm a little obsessed with short links, and you can find that on R2 Sports, but we have it at WRT Pleasanton Draw. So that's bit.ly/WRT Pleasanton Draw.
There you go. If you want to log in, check out the doubles draw. We got some doubles matches coming up tonight, not live on the broadcast, but live here in Pleasanton, so.
The finals will be live tomorrow.
Skip that one in, barely missed it though. Cardona back in the box. Game 2, last match of the evening. Thought that was short, so did the ref.
Our referee is Gerardo Franco from San Luis Potosi, which has another strong racquetball program out of it. And Franco is one of our 18 and under pros who takes advantage of the WRT promotion. All pros who are 18 and under and playing in the pro division get 50% off their pro entries. Makes it hopefully a little bit easier to get those youngsters out to these events.
So basically anybody in Utah or Texas area, if you're listening and watching this broadcast, you just heard it, 50% off of your entry fee if you're under the age of 18 or 18 and under. So I would hurry up and sign up because that's a steal of a deal. There's prize money available. You win a match, you might win some prize money right off the bat.
And a point for Horn.
Oh, great dig by Horn. He barely got that. Got a frame underneath it and made it to the front. Bobby on a roll.
Yeah, he's got the home crowd on his side too. He was a local pro right here at Club Sport for a couple years, so. Also from Stockton, not too far. And Cardona puts himself back in the service box.
Yeah, he does with a wraparound, which is a very tough shot to hit, let alone roll it out in the front right corner. High level racquetball right there.
4 serving 7.
A little wiping of the floor here, as we all know. Racquetball, you sweat a lot.
That tough drive serving from Alex Cardona. Traditionally, he goes for it on both serves. Doesn't usually switch up this second serve too much.
Oh, caught him right at the feet. I think it was called a screen, not a short. Oh, Tough shot by Cardona.
Take a look at the crowd here at Club Sport Pleasanton.
Six, 7. Cardona, middle of the court. Oh, nice shot by Bobby to get himself back into the box. He needs to make a run right now. Bobby wants to try and take the momentum over. Here's his opportunity. Middle of game 2.
7 serving 6.
Solid pass. Oh, what a serve. Good dig by Bobby. Doesn't make it to the front, though. Man, that drive serve in that back right corner. Just wicked.
Ties it up, 7-7.
Solid shot. You're a B, A player, open player looking to take your racquetball game to the next level. What would be the one thing I could suggest? Practicing this serve right here. To the backhand side.
The short drive serve?
Well, you know, I want you to get it in.
Just checking.
But a solid drive serve to the forehand or backhand side. You could tell people like Cardona, Kane Wazelinchuk, some of these awesome dominant players. That's really the only two serves that they serve probably 60 to 80% of the time. Yeah, we saw a great example in the last match with Montoya and Diaz. Montoya's drive serve to the backhand was the difference maker. So practice, practice, practice. Oh, that's awesome. Between the legs, facing the back wall, looking at the crowd, winking at Colleen, and Bobby still rolls it out.
That's going to tie it up, 8-8. Tough game 2 so far. Very evenly. We haven't seen too much of a lead as we saw in game 1 with Alex Cardona starting out with 6 straight points in a row.
Good dig. Oh, and Cardona barely trying to squeak that one out. 2 bounces.
He's going to have to get the towel to wipe that one down. Well, the winner, as we've said a couple times, for those of you who are going to be watching, will have the winner playing in the finals tomorrow against Rodrigo Montoya. That's all at 12 p.m. Pacific time. And right after that, we'll also be live streaming the doubles final. So you can check that out as well. 8 serving 9.
Neck and neck. Oh, that's tough. 38 feet, head high, flat rollout. Oh, and that's just proving, Bobby's just saying, hey, I can do that more than once.
Can hit those tough shots under pressure.
Wow.
Puts him in the lead now, 10-9.
Look at that packed crowd. Yeah, Cardona just taunting him now on that one, and Cardona decides to take a break and a quick timeout. Change this run by Bobby Horn, and we have a packed crowd there. What a great bunch of people here, all supporters of racquetball. A lot of sponsors there in that first row. Doesn't get better than this.
We'll be right back with more from Club Sport Pleasanton. Don't go anywhere. Alex Cardona calling that timeout, and Bobby Horn in the lead, 11-9. Good timeout for Alex Cardona. He gets the side out he would be looking for. Breaks a little bit of that momentum that Horn found. Get from Horn. Long rally for these two. Nobody could put it away. Alex Cardona with the side out.
Yeah, these guys have played a lot of racquetball already. Not just matches today, but yesterday they had matches as well.
And Pro-Am doubles on Thursday, courtesy of the Reaching Your Dream Foundation. A lot of racquetball this week. Is it a second serve or a point?
No, it sounds like they're going to replay the first serve. Yeah.
Couldn't hear the explanation.
I think, yeah, exactly. Bobby's asking the same
Why
question.
are they replaying it?
Ah, did not call the score.
So the referee didn't call the score, and that makes it a replay. Oh, wow. Just squeaking that ball in on the dive.
Yeah, Cardona thought it skipped. I couldn't tell. That skipped. Oh, and that was called good. Nine serving 12. Game two.
Yep, Cardona down 3 points in game two.
Here comes Cardona, though. Smart shot by Bobby. Bobby went up, he was gonna cut it off, and most of the time he likes to pinch it into that same corner. Cardona kind of felt that, And Bobby, last second, changed it up, went down the line. Very smart shot by Bobby.
Puts him back in the service box, leading by 3.
He needs to close this out right now, or Cardona's going to start to catch a little run again. Racquetball's a game of runs, and obviously you want the run to be on a time. Like Bobby right now could use a 3-point run.
Well, looks like Alex Cardona is calling a timeout. So we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back in just a moment. Alex Cardona calling that timeout. Bobby Hone in the service box.
Game 2, 12-9. Whoa! Another good get. Oh! Great rally, folks. Athleticism at its best right there.
That towel out there to wipe it down. Now that's exactly what Alex Cardona wants coming out of that timeout. Statistically, that works to the player's advantage. They call the timeout, they get the side out.
Yep, definitely a mental changer, game changer, momentum, all that kind of great stuff.
Now let's see what Alex Cardona can do with it. He's back in the service box.
Crowd definitely behind Bobby right now, that's for sure. Oh, and what a serve. Cardona started off the match with that serve, and what a better time to hit than right now.
10 serving 12.
Tough shot to hit on the run, and he does that by pinching in that left corner.
Just like you said, Nick, Cardona is getting a little bit of momentum right now, which is just what Bobby doesn't want.
Yep. He needs that right there.
Yep, he puts a stop to it.
He needs a point right here, too. At least one. Oh, yeah, he could have got that. Definitely a replay. Cardona held his swing. He got the ball. He just didn't want to hit Bobby.
That's tough. These guys moving really well out on the court. Fun to watch them. Referee getting a little animated on
just
trying
like,
to
go serve.
explain that.
Just go serve.
Just get in the box.
Screen. And is it a late call? Did he get the call?
Negative.
He did. No, they called a screen.
Yeah?
And there's that 1 point Bobby needed.
It's a little tough to get that with the screen
Yep.
serve and the replay.
Yeah, he was stuck on 11 for a little while. He needed to get off 11. Or excuse me, on 12.
13 serving 11.
Oh, just catches the floor, not the wall, and sails by Bobby, and Cardona back in the box. Down to the wire here in game 2. Nice shot by Horn there. Stepped over, threw his racket out there, pinched into that left corner. 13-11. Oh ho ho. One more and we're sending it to breaker.
14-11, Bobby Horn.
Oh, wow. What? Did you see that, folks? A behind the back from 38 feet on game point for Cardona to get back into the box.
Amazing.
Whoa.
Amazing. I love to see shots like that.
Oh, what a serve.
Cardona puts that one away.
Bobby praying to the racquetball gods to have a broken ball, please.
Not broken. It's going to make it 12-14.
Wow, this is going to go down to the wire, Laura.
That's what we like to see in our semis.
Yeah, it makes it fun.
It does.
Wow. They're saying that the ball was long, which it was. But what a time to hit such a close serve. (14-12). Oh, Bobby skipping that one. The crowd on the edge of their seat. You can see him there. Leaning forward, you can see them, they're on the edge.
Ace from Alex Cardona makes it 13-14.
Wow. Wow. Another great serve. Oh, and Cardona ripping it. And here we are.
It's going to tie it up, 14-14. Whoa, that was an almost anticlimactic ending to our match. 15-14, Alex Cardona bearing that one in the corner. Bobby Horn looking pretty annoyed with the referee.